Hello, this is Yukie. I'm an anime-style VTuber illustrator. Today I want to talk a little about the process of making this Live2D animated fan art of Honkai style real character Firefly. The purpose of making this animation clip is for a Honkai style real fan song called Starlight. Since I can draw and use Live2D, I decided to draw the character and animate it using a software called Live2D. For those who don't know, Live2D is an animation and rigging software usually used for animating characters or rigging VTuber models. These are the two main practice uses of Live2D. Now back to drawing. I started by collecting references for the character Firefly. The available images were very limited, so I used her character's 3D model posing images I found by searching. It was hard to figure out fine details from pixelated images because the character is not playable at the moment. Screenshots are also very limited. I also found a screenshot as my reference. It was so frustrating, so I decided to look for its MMD model. MMD stands for Miku Miku Dance. The game company Yukie'sArtistry releases the character's 3D model that's movable for making 3D dance videos called Miku Miku Dance or MMD. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find its MMD model. After more searching, I was able to find a Chinese model download site and view the model there. It was a big relief during the initial stage. I was so thankful. The painting is straightforward, but to be able to animate the art, layers need to be drawn on different parts. It is similar to VTubing, where different layers of hair and body parts needs to be drawn completely. It's also tricky to separate them based on how you'd like them to animate. This took tens of hours. After the art was done, I saved them as a PSD file and imported it into Live2D software for rigging. Once rigging is done, I can animate it. For the rigging part, I wanted to do it part by part. For part by part, I mean doing the eyes open and close first, then the movement of arms and clothes, and lastly the hair movement. At first, I tried to combine multiple parts rigged into one parameter to simplify the animation portion. I could let all the parts move when adjusting one knob. However, when I put it into practice, I found it made everything move in the same rhythm, and it looked very mechanical and simple. I wanted waves of movement so the animation would look better, so I started separating different parameters for different parts. Each parameter controls one part's movement. It will complicate my animating step, but it's worth it. When I separated the parts, I separate them as much as I could. I separate the ribbon on the hair into 4 parts so that when it animates, all 4 parts of the ribbon can move with the wind. And I'm happy about it. I didn't make the back hair too complex, only 3 main parts. I should have done it more complex if I could, but I really wanted to finish it before stressing out over drawing so many layers and animating them. After rigging, I animated each part from the most influential to the least. I first animated her hair section by section, then the opening and closing of her eyes, and then the closed parts. Live2D is a delicate software. I made a mistake finding the movement of some parts to a different parameter. It caused me to go back and redo this parameter completely again. Yes, it doesn't have a copy-paste feature for this case scenario. Tears. Luckily, I finished the whole work without much frustration. It is easier than the start, which is coming up with drawing without reference. And the last part is to animate the background. I forgot to mention this earlier. I tried to animate the meteor by adding a mask and hiding it so parts of the layer would be blocked. I'm happy with the background effect. The rigging and animating took me over 4 hours. In the end, I did some fun adjustments, but not too much, and here is the final result. Thank you, it is nice chatting with you. See you next video.